here in Louisiana, we like to eat at a little restaurant in Ponchatoula called Connie's Restaurant. And they have the best food. You know, it varies daily, but when we were there last time, she had a dessert that they called slab apple pie. And it was so good, and Harold loves any kind of apple. You probably hear Mason, I know you do, because we're keeping him today. The teachers have work day, and when they do, the preschool is not open, so he's with us, and so, you know, he's just kind of like Scout. When I get on, he wants to talk. But anyway, I asked them about the recipe for the slab pie, and they gave it to me graciously. I told them I'd be making it. So what I'm gonna have to do first is fix the crust and let it sit in the refrigerator for an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to move my, okay, that's it. You have to use, I can't even think of what this is. It's a
blender.
Well, it's not a blender. It's food processor. And you're gonna put 3 cups of all-purpose flour in here. Sometimes what I'm trying to say just leaves me for a minute, and I know that you know what I'm talking about, because as we get older, that happens. And with cancer and chemo, it didn't help any. But now you're going to take 3 sticks of butter, cold butter, and cut it into little pieces. It's gonna be pretty full. Just put that down in there a little bit. And now 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm out of my white salt, so I'm gonna use my pink Himalayan salt.
It's all.
Okay. Now we're going to put the top on, and she said pulse it about 10 times. And the last ingredient is 1/3 a cup, and then it had a plus if you need more water. So I'm just gonna pour this 1/3 cup down here, and then we're gonna see if we need more. Let me push it down a little bit. Yeah, it's coming together. It may need just a tad more water. And I put just a little bit here, but I'm only going to put about a tablespoon, I think. Okay. And she said, just pulse it until it's ready. Now the reason I'm making this now is we're going to put it in the refrigerator. Let me move my, all right. We're going to put it in the refrigerator for an hour, but I've got to take it out of here And I'm just going to have me just a little flour, not much. Okay. Oh yeah, that feels good. This is not hard to make at all, but you have to start it ahead of time because it's
got sound effects today, Gigi.
Yeah.
Let's don't do that. Let's don't do that, okay?
Thank you, Mason. Okay. Now what she said to do is just make this into a ball. And then we're going to wrap it in saran wrap. And put it in the refrigerator for an hour. I'm gonna wash my hands, wrap it in the saran wrap and put it in the refrigerator for an hour, and then I'll be back. The filling part of the slab pie is you take 5 pounds of apples, honey crisp apples. I only found a 4-pound bag, and that's what I used. You peel them, core them, and slice them thinly. Then to that, you're gonna put a half a cup of sugar, white sugar, 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of cinnamon, and I've got to get a measuring spoon. Okay. A tablespoon of cinnamon. A tablespoon of vanilla flavoring. Here my oven, you preheat your oven to 350. All right, then you're gonna take the juice of 1 lemon. It's a big lemon too. We're not even go in there yet, Will. Put the other side. Just barely will fit. All right. You're gonna zest, it says to zest a clementine, so that's what I'm doing. You know, this was so good, and I'm surprised that they went to all this trouble for a restaurant dessert. But I sure am glad they did. And then it said the juice of it too, so I'm gonna see if I can put this in my juicer. That's pretty, isn't it? Oh yeah. That's good. Get this zest out of the back of it. Okay, it said either 2 clementines or 1 orange. And I bought a bag of these because I like them. I didn't know if the oranges would be good right now. Okay. And we're going to juice these. Aren't those pretty? And they don't have any seeds. Okay. And then we're just going to toss this around. I'll put my hand in there in just a minute and toss it, because you want all of the apples to be covered. Then I'm going to set this aside. You know what? That citrusy smell really smells good, but you know, when I was eating it, I don't know that I detected it. But the pie crust that we made and put in the refrigerator, I rolled it out and put it in a 10 by 15 inch pan with an inch lip. And it says to put parchment paper in it, so I did. Now these apples that we put, let's see if you can see. Spread these evenly. They smell so good. Okay. You want them even. I might have a few too many. May just cook those in a little bowl. I think I will. Because this looks like it's going to be plenty. All right, now for the topping, you set this aside, and I have my food processor. And for the topping, we're going to put 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of white sugar, and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We'll mix that just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take 1 more stick of butter, and I've cold butter, and I've cut it in little pieces, and I'm just going to pulse it until it's mixed, and you'll be able to see some of the butter in it. But this is going to go on top. It's going to be the crumble part. So, I think that may be. Yep, pretty crumble. I'm going to turn it back around this way so we can see. And then I'm just going to sprinkle this all over the top. It has, you know, it has the butter crumbled in it. And this is going to be the topping. It just doesn't take that food processor very long at all to get that butter incorporated. Now I have preheated my oven to 350, and this is gonna cook for 1 hour. And while that's cooking, I'll clean up my kitchen. All right, we'll put it in there, and when it comes out, you know I'll be back. The pie came out of the oven, and it's supposed to cool 1 hour before you cut it. And when it's cool, it will cut into squares. Well, as typical Sue and Harold, we decided we wanted some warm apple pie. So I slid this off into a bigger pan and cut a square out. And this is it. And I'm gonna taste it. Because, see if it tastes like that did that I had. It's hot. That is so good. I can taste the clementine a little bit in it. So good. I hope you'll try it. It does take some time, but occasionally we need to make something that's special, and this is. Harold's gonna eat his with some ice cream right now. I hope you'll try it and enjoy it, and remember to be salt and light.